Catholic websites, Monday Musings. Chances are we've been spending more time on our electronic devices than we probably normally would have, because even though things have gradually begun to open up a little bit, um, chances are we're still in our homes much more than we used to be. So we're probably spending more times on electronic devices. And we even just had a tropical storm, as I'm sure we're all aware of, and many of us lost power during that time. I was thankful at St. Catharines we at least had a generator, so we weren't without power. Even when we go without power, so often I remember being in other places where didn't have any power and would have to go sit in my car and charge my phone up. So chances are, because of this quarantine and because of even the tropical storm we went through recently, we have been spending more time on electronic devices. So I figured I would just talk about some of the Catholic websites that I visit most often. Tons of Catholic websites out there. I'm just going to go briefly through some of the ones that I visit the most often. And most of these are not ideological, so you're not going to get like super conservative or super liberal. They're all pretty mainstream Catholic sites where you can get some more information on the faith. So I'm not going to include in this, I'm not including links like Vatican News, the diocesan website, Trenton Monitor, which is the news site for the diocese, not including things like St. Catherine's Parish website. So these are just some other websites. The first one that I would mention is the National Catholic Register, and basically this would be like the website that would be similar to any major newspaper that you would visit. So if you visit Wall Street Journal, New York Times, anything like that, this would be a website that would be similar to their websites. It actually started in 1927, so it's been around for a while. Ever since the year 2011, it's been owned by EWTN, which I'm sure you know is the global media Catholic empire, I guess, at this point. And kind of one of their taglines that I saw on their site was, it's news of the day seen through the eyes of the magisterium. So they're obviously always trying to be faithful to the magisterium, and they cover all sorts of things. They cover national news, Vatican news, world news. They have all these different sections. You can get blogs, stuff about movies, stuff about books and education, travel, art, life. So there's all different parts of the website that you can visit, along with just kind of national Vatican news. The thing I like, one of the aspects I like about their website is they have this thing called Register Radio, where they'll interview someone a couple times a month, and they'll talk about some topic that's pertinent. It's kind of like the NPR. It sounds like, even the way it sounds, like the NPR of Catholic radio. The next one I would mention is America Magazine, and that's been around since 1909. So certainly been around for a while. It's called America Magazine, the Jesuit Review. So it definitely has, it definitely comes from a Jesuit perspective. The National Catholic Register, by the way, you can actually subscribe to their newspaper if you want the print edition. Same thing with America. You can subscribe to their magazine. I would say this is kind of similar to like any major magazine, say like Time Magazine. This would be kind of similar to their website. So with America, you can actually subscribe to their magazine, or you can, look at articles digitally for free. And also, you only get a couple free ones a month. After that, you'd have to subscribe either to get the actual physical magazine, or you could subscribe to just get digital content. So it's again, it does come from a Jesuit perspective. They do have some interesting podcasts that are available. Most of it, though, is kind of world Vatican news, seen kind of through the eyes, I guess, of a Jesuit perspective. The one that I've probably read the most is what's called First Things, and this is probably like any academic journal, or probably more like a specialty magazine. So if you've, say you're into, running, then you may get these, magazines that are focused on that particular topic. So First Things would be something that would kind of, say that, they would presume that you have a knowledge before you start looking at the articles. So you kind of have to have some understanding of what, where they're coming from in order to read their articles, because they are from a more academic perspective. It was founded by Father Richard John Newhouse, who was a convert to the Catholic faith, and they got lots of stuff. They're actually ecumenical, so it's like they'll have articles by Jews, Christians, Muslims, and it's all basically what Father John Newhouse said was, we live in the era of the naked public square where faith has been eradicated from the public square. So this is kind of a more intellectual way of engaging the world with the perspective of faith. I always say, I've said before that Father John Newhouse in the actual print magazine, so you can subscribe and actually get the print magazine. We can get some articles on free online, or you can actually, pay digitally to get access to the magazine online. Father John Newhouse seems like he was kind of pioneered blogs before there were blogs, because if you actually subscribe to the print edition, then at the end of that there was always what was called, I believe, While We Were At It, and he would just take kind of like short snippets and talk about some things that were relevant and pertinent in just kind of these small witty ways. So kind of interesting. Kind of was doing blogs in a magazine before blogs were a popular thing. And so, again, you can subscribe to the magazine. You can get some articles for free online. And certainly, we do actually have some books in the parish library by Father Richard John Newhouse, if you ever want to get more of that perspective. America Magazine, maybe if you want to say it tilts a little bit to the left. Still, mainstream Catholicism, maybe a little bit to the left. First Things would probably be a little bit to the right, even though they would still be, when they're talking about Catholicism, it would still be in the mainstream. Next one is Catholic News Agency, and this is basically like if you watch Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, whichever one you like. They have a website, obviously. This would be like Catholic News Agency. They don't have a TV channel, but their website would kind of resemble any of those major news media outlets. And they basically just cover, national news, Vatican news, global news, all that kind of stuff from a Catholic perspective. And so you certainly get some good information from them. The next one is what's called Church Pop. I'll include links, by the way, for all these. If you watch on Instagram, again, to get the links, you have to go to the YouTube channel. The next one is, you can just Google them. Next one is Church Pop, and this would kind of be like the TMZ or BuzzFeed for Catholics. Basically, their tagline is Christian culture brand that's fun, informative, and inspirational. It's also owned by EWTN. I guess EWTN owns a lot, apparently. So it kind of gets some like short articles that are usually, again, fun, creative, engaging, all that kind of stuff. You get some quizzes, games, stuff like that. The next one is Aleteia. I never know if I'm pronouncing that right. And I'm not really sure what to compare this to. They actually have, it's made in over 8 languages. Got started by a group of lay Catholics that was also guided by the Pontifical Council for Social Communications. So they kind of have a unique perspective in how they began. And I would say they're kind of, very much engaged with the new evangelization. So I wouldn't really be aware of what, mainstream non-Catholic site to compare it to. Definitely covers news, inspiration, all kinds of stuff from a Catholic perspective. I would say very much geared towards the new evangelization. The next one is Crux, and their website's Crux now. Again, Google any of these to get their website. Their editor is actually John Allen Jr., who is probably one of the most well-respected people to cover Vatican affairs. And so you get some kind of unique insights because of who he brought on to be part of this website. And the last one I would mention is Domestic Church Media. It's actually more of a Catholic radio station in our area. If you have FM and you want to listen, it's on 89.3 FM. You can listen to the radio station. So they're definitely more geared towards their radio station. However, their website, you can also get some of their content. You can stream live through any electronic tablet. They have some national programs. They're an affiliate of EWTN again. So they have some national, some affiliate, as an affiliate of EWTN, they have some, broadcasts that they play from EWTN. They also have some local content. The bishop does each month he has a show on there. So again, they have a lot of archive stuff that you can listen to. And just some other ones that are out there, Zenit, Catholic Exchange, EWTN. So those are just some of the Catholic websites that I visit most often. So maybe you want to check some of these out, and you may, I guess I'm probably giving away where I get all my ideas for my Monday musings. So they are interesting, all of them. It's a way of just kind of, making sure our faith is engaged in every area of our life. chances are we're on electronic devices, so it's helpful to at least visit some of these Catholic sites. So if you want, comment on what sites you visit most often, Catholic sites, if which ones of these you like, which ones of these you never heard of, anything like that. Certainly would be happy to hear from you. See you soon, St. Catharines.